All right, we are ready. I'm going to go ahead and run this video because I suspect we're going to be dropping soon. Yep, here we go.
Dropping now.
This channel have borne witness to some of the most famous naval battles in history. Now, the storied cliffs of Dover provide the inspiration and backdrop for a naval clash of epic proportions. This is Crash Zone Alpha. Crash Zone Alpha is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination style map with 3 cap points running in a line from southwest to northeast. The A cap is in the bottom left, B is in the center, and C is in the top right. In the center and southwest, both A and B caps provide at least a modicum of cover for radar cruisers looking to support friendly destroyers as they vie for control of each cap. The islands that hug the borders of these two capture zones are tall enough to provide cover and close enough that their radar envelopes will cover the entire capture area. Digging out an entrenched radar ship will be but one of the many challenges teams will face while vying for control of each of these two cap zones. To the northeast, Capture Area C is a much riskier play for cruisers. The islands here are smaller and farther back from the capture zone, making it much more destroyer-friendly. Battleships seeking better firing angles on enemies farther south are likely to find what they're looking for up here, but pushing too far north or east can be a very risky play. Crash Zone Alpha is proving to be a unique and challenging map for teams to build strategies for. Has one of the teams in this match formulated a winning strategy? Let's find out. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Crash Zone Alpha.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 1 of this Group E match between TNG and ARP Danger Noodle here on Crash Zone Alpha.
Yes, welcome back.
Indeed. Once again, we see ARP has gone for, well, a Stalin would be proud of this team comp, Zath. Double Kremlin, triple Stalingrad, double Smolensk, Gearing, and Daring. I mean, come on, guys. You might as well just gone for double Grozavoy and sealed the deal.
Or just do all Smolensk for a good time.
Yeah, I feel like we need some I serve the Soviet Union memes for this COTS. What do you think, Zath?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Who are you running on your side?
So on this side, we got Yamato, Kremlin, double Des Moines, which is an interesting choice. So that means that they can possibly lock down 2 sides of the map. So watch for that. We've got Synpax in the Zao, Moskva, Smolensk, and double Shimakaze, which is an interesting choice as well. They obviously win the spotting game.
Very much so. Those Shimakazes definitely outspot the Gearing and the Daring. Noob DD's Daring being very aggressive here, already in the B cap, will possibly have it very shortly. He's out of the Des Moines radar range, just barely out of the Des Moines radar range, and we're talking like a couple hundred meters out.
That's a very ballsy play there.
Very ballsy play. But there he goes. He does manage to bag the cap before the Storm can get into position. His Des Moines is in position. And a quick early cap advantage for ARP. They start ticking up points.
Yep, Classic giving him a nice citadel for his trouble.
Yes, taking a little bit of a hit there early, as Sniper's Gearing will be onto the A cap very shortly. Where are your Shimas, Zath? Talk to me.
So one is at A, one is at C.
Okay.
Noob DD has been detected on radar, though that won't be for much longer. He's obviously turning away.
Right. I find it interesting that they set a Des Moines up to kind of cover B with radar, but they're not able to cap B with any of the ships they have nearby.
Well, there is a Smolensk in the mid that's ready for something, but the problem is there's nobody there.
Sniper's Gearing, obviously radared by Ravage Grape's Mosca, driven off the A cap as the enemy Shimakaze now into that cap and starts flipping it on behalf of TNG.
Yep, Synpax opening up there, getting himself detected. He's got some AP coming in, dodges that fine. Surrounded by potatoes, manages to dodge those torpedoes that were coming for him.
Those were Gearing torps. So now they start in on Ravage Grape's Moskva with the HE spam, and this is what it's going to take. Ooh, big hit on the Foxapalooza's Shimakaze there. 2 or 3K there, nice solid hit early. This is what it's going to take, right? I said it in the intro video. one of the things you have to be able to do on this map is you have to be able to dislodge radar cruisers. And the ACAP is where that has to happen.
Well, I mean, you've got a Smolensk that's in the perfect spot to do just that. He's going to sit there and just rain down fire on Ravage Grape for a while.
So he is. He's back here with some island to cover. Question is, obviously, Ravage has had shots on him there. Shells coming in. Not going anywhere, of course. 5 minutes gone. TNG with a cap advantage. ARP with a small points lead for the moment on the basis of their early cap, as Sniper's gearing now back into the extreme bottom end of A.
Yeah, not for too much longer. The Shima's gonna get ready to go in there. Surrounded with potatoes is giving broadside to the Stalingrad. Probably not a good idea. And double Smolensks are now just farming.
Yeah, Ravage is backed up far enough that both Smolensks able to get shells on him. Now, the other Smolensk, the one in G6, who is that? That's hilarious, man, is going to lose that ability. Yep, he can no longer get shells on Ravage, but the Smolensk to the south, that's El Rabin. Yep, El Rabin, however you say it. He can absolutely continue to pour shells onto Ravage's Moskva. Sniper's gearing does his job, bags the ACAP, and bails out. No need to stay in there right now.
Cool Hand trying to back around the island and just barely.
Ooh, he's got a Yamato salvo coming in from the north. He doesn't really get much out of it, though, but he has to stay frosty. That Yammy's looking at him. He knows he has an angle.
That was a 31-kilometer shot.
I know. ARP's destroyers are just being very, very aggressive. That early BCAP giving them a lead. They've managed to grab A, and now the Daring, that's Noob DD's Daring, is sitting in the CCAP, countering Cowboys Shimakaze.
Yep. All the way up is now being smoked by, smoking, I should say, Ravage Grape.
A lot of single torps coming in on Storm's Des Moines. Can't tell. We've lost him. No, they run out. Oh, he reversed out of range. They run out right shy of his hull. Foxapalooza's Shima back into the ACAP and radared now. Cool Hand Stalin is also getting pretty beat up down here under half HP.
Yeah. Radar going up over at CCAP. Noob Destroyer is going to have to pull out. Foxapalooza trying to get out of ACAP now.
Both destroyers driven off their caps. ARP working about a 120-point lead here, growing steadily on the strength of their CAF advantage with 7 minutes gone.
I don't know what Fox is doing. He's turning back in while he's being shot at by two Smolensks.
Who? Which one? Cool Hand?
Foxapalooza down at ACAP.
Well, they've lost him now. They can't see him anymore.
Yeah, so he figured the radar's only going to last so long. Might as well just start getting ready to go back in.
Now, I'm assuming that's that smoke that Ravager is in, Ravage Grape is sitting in. That's Shimakaze smoke, yes?
No, that's all the way up Smolensk. He rotated down there.
Oh, I see it now. That's Smolensk smoke. Yes. Okay, he has not been spotted in a while. That's gonna put Cool Hand in a lot of trouble.
It can.
They've pulled El Rabin's Smolensk closer to the cap now. He's in that big giant smoke cloud south of the island that Sniper has laid for him. Sniper looks like he might try to go over to get torpedoes on this Kremlin that's coming down the one line. Where is that guy? Looks like he was in H1.
Yeah, that's exactly where he is. Unfortunately, it's just taking too long to get people in position, and Proudmoore is getting farmed by your Smolensk and BCAP. There he goes up on radar now. Ravage takes a torpedo and floods. Storm takes a Citadel hit, look like.
Yep, Storm took a big hit there as we trade caps. Foxapalooza grabbing A, Noob DD grabbing C. So ARP maintaining their cap advantage, building their lead out to almost 200 points here as we're getting close to the halfway mark of the match. Still feel like Cool Hand down here is just, he has a very tenuous position. I keep waiting for Proudmoore's Yamato to finally just Slapping. I keep thinking that sooner or later that has to happen. He's got a Kremlin in his face and the Yamato off his starboard side. He can't go anywhere.
Broadmoor is looking. He's just looking right at Valen Antilles here in the Stalingrad.
Interesting.
Which is unfortunate because you're absolutely right. He's got the ability to swing things down at ACAP.
Yeah, this map is not that big, so putting a Yamato up there, like I said in the early video, a Yamato up there has to be looking for angles down south. He's absolutely got an angle on Cool Hand, and Cool Hand is now down under 6K, or yeah, down to 6,400. Like a couple of
coming up.
Yeah, he's going to end up being the first kill of the game. I didn't like this position. I feel like Stalin is too tall for that island. He's on fire. He's going out. That's points that TNG desperately needs as they go up a ship, down a cap here. Halfway mark of the match going by. Potatoes might take one of these torps. He does, right on the bow.
And he's on fire and flooding now.
Surrounded by Potatoes, taking a pot shot into that smoke. That's El Rabin's Smolensk sitting in there just continuing to farm him. I'm assuming that El Rabin has now popped his own smoke because that gearing smoke has since expired. There's Smolensk torps going in on the Kremlin now. They do manage to put some shells into El Rabin. That's Synpax's Zao. Comes another salvo. Can they see El Rabin or are they guessing?
They're guessing.
They're getting hits. They're not amazing hits, but they are getting hits. El Rabin's going to leave now as they're going to smoke up, surrounded by Potatoes' Kremlin. And there's more. He dodged the Smolensk torp, but there's another salvo of gearing torpedoes going into that smoke.
Yeah, your destroyer up at CCAP narrowly dodged torpedoes. He just stopped and smoked up himself. Now he's trying to shoot at Cowboy. Noob destroyer. There he is. Detected.
How is he lit? The Des Moines must have him on radar.
Yes, just now. Juno barely missed that torpedo salvo for him. As surrounded by Potatoes is really low. He's under 10, but he's healing now.
Well, there's one. You saw the one set of torpedoes. There's another one coming in. They're fishing. They have no vision. They have no idea.
They're gonna hit.
Okay, they have no idea who's.
Three are gonna hit him.
He only needs one probably to kill him.
Nope, he survived after 2.
Interesting. How did he survive 2 torpedoes on 10K?
It's Russian.
Oh, that's interesting. 120 seconds on the timer here. Both teams looking for an advantage. But right now, it's all ARP. They're up almost 200 points here with 8 minutes to play.
Yeah,
it's like we've got
Ravager is now getting farmed from both sides again.
Yes, he is. He was getting hammered. They're trying to get El Rabin's Smolensk out. Snipers leaving him some smoke to work through, as the Shimakaze torps aren't going to land on anything. I think they're going to get Ravage.
Do it.
There's a lot of shells going in on Ravage from like 5 different directions. There he goes.
That's it. Pulled up way too far.
That's ARP's first kill of the game and puts them within a hair's breadth of victory here in Game 1 on Crash Zone Alpha. Surrounded by Potatoes, only on 4,300 HP. If they can get him, that'd probably end the game. That would give them enough points in the game. Stalingrad back to Smolensk. 10 seconds away. ARP's going to win this, Sath. I'm pretty sure.
Torpedo says no.
Oh, Shimakaze Tor bagging a Stalin. Last second kill.
Flat fight and B.
But I think they're gonna get this Kremlin. Oh, he's healing. They've got to push through his heal. As the Storm looks like he might go. Who's gonna die first? Storm on 4K and healing. Potato on 6K, 5K and healing. Kremlin shells coming in on Storm. There he goes. Once again, the timer flips. Back under 40 seconds. If Potato goes out, that's gonna be it. And he does. And that's the game.
Oh, wow.
I felt like TNG kind of just... I think that Kremlin push around down the 1 line came too late. They needed to do that earlier, Zath.
Oh, absolutely. It felt like they were up on at the top of the they're up all the way up at CCAP up north. That group up there, they won it, but they didn't do anything past it. I think the crucial misplay is where they put the storm, because he was not effective at all in that spot.
All right, ARP up a game here on TNG, who TNG won their first match, so this could be a highly competitive group if ARP can go on to win this match. Who was it else that won there? I forget. Go back and look. I can't keep all. I got enough screens. There we go. If ARP can win their match, I'll be curious to see, because Manco is playing Cuter. So I'll be curious to see who win that one. Cuter probably goes into that match as the favorite because they have lots of experience. But I'll be curious to see how Manco fares.